Yes, gents, how we doing? So what I'm talking about today is getting too big from lifting weights, because this is always a thing people say, like a terms and conditions or an underlying thing. Like when they sort of explain to me, oh, they want to build muscle, they want to sort of like have like some chest, some arms, some shoulders. They want to like learn how to lift weights, and I teach them whatever. Yeah, I will teach you how to do that. And it's like, oh yeah, sort of how to sort of get your strength up, and then they always have to reinforce the fact, oh yeah, but I don't want to get too big. I'm like, okay, yeah, I just nod along like a Churchill dog. And like, what you have to understand is like, where does this come from? Okay, what do you think is going to happen? Okay, like get too big. Like, where does this? Well, you just like people sort of must think that just sort of they're going to wake up one day from touching the weight and it's just going to sort of happen like that. I just go, oh man, I like this, yes, and then tomorrow, oh man, I'm just too big now. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, how foolish are you? How naive are you? Okay? Like, to think you can just look like a bodybuilder, okay? Like, if that happened to, like, sort of, I wish that would happen, okay? Like, imagine, I've been training for sort of 13, 14 years, and that doesn't happen. You don't just wake up and just like, oh, I'm too big, I need to scale it back now. No, it does not happen, okay? It doesn't happen like sort of in terms of getting fat. Oh, like sort of, I don't want to get too fat. You don't just wake up one day, like, 4 stone heavier. No, it's a process over years. Same with getting bigger, okay? And then sort of again, it won't go that fast that you won't be able to stop it. Let me tell you, okay? Because sort of like people think, I don't know where this idea comes from. It's just so funny and just like it's just built up over years, I guess. Like, so, oh, don't get too big. You know, like those guys in the gym. I was like, yeah, they've been going to the gym 5 days a week for years, for like over a decade probably. Like the older guys who are always there. You've been in the gym a week and you think you're going to get like that? No, it doesn't work like that, okay? And just why are you so disrespectful to them? They put in the work, you haven't, okay? It's just like it's just so funny when I hear it, okay? I don't want to get too big, like, and just mate, you got no chance of that happening. Don't worry. You can't even get to the gym 3 days a week. Don't worry about it, okay? Like, and if that was the case, do you think like everyone would be the same? Everyone would be too big if it just happened like that, okay? After a few weeks of lifting weights, like everyone would be a bodybuilder. Everyone would be massive. Everyone would be hench. There wouldn't be anyone trying to sort of gain size or whatever, because they'd be too big too soon. It doesn't just spring up on you. I don't know where this comes from, or like sort of because that was my thing. Like I just want, like when I started, I was small, and like when I was skinny, and I'm more of a hard gainer, if you want to coin it as that term. And it was a case of, I did everything I could to sort of gain size, okay, to get big. And it's just like, I didn't gain size too soon. I wish I had, okay, at that time. Yeah, I wish I sort of like could have got too big, okay, but it didn't happen like that, okay, like the opposite. And I never sort of like went in with that, I don't want to get too big. I knew lifting, I wanted to get bigger, okay. I wasn't like, it wasn't such a thing as too big, because it's just like, it's like too big. You look at that guy, oh yeah, I don't want to be like this. My dad said like he wants to put on some size now, because he's started lifting weights and everything, and just he wants to like get a bit of muscle. And he said, oh yeah, I don't want to get too big. And I was like, oh dad, you're 65, okay? Like you're not gonna turn into Mr. Olympia. Don't worry about it. Oh, don't look like those guys in the gym. I was like, yeah, because they're half your age and they're sort of like, they've got a different hormonal profile to you. They've got like so much more testosterone and like sort of like growth hormone in themselves naturally, as well as perhaps if they're taking sort of steroids as well. And they're eating so much more. It's a commitment. This is what you have to understand. It's just sort of like, just like a limiting belief that sort of, it's not a limiting belief, it's just I don't know where it comes from. It's just an absolute crazy sort of thing that sort of, I don't want to get too big. I was like, oh man, like, it's not going to happen. You lift weight for sort of a week, and just you probably want sort of, like, gaining size is such a slow process. Okay, gaining size and strength is a slow process compared to losing fat and like getting fitter. Okay, you ramp up your fitness so quick. Like if you're training for like some sort of run or whatever, you can build your engine so quick, okay, over like weeks, okay, and like sort of in terms of fat loss, so will make a big difference in it. Like you can lose like a sort of easier stone in a few weeks, push it for 2 stone, depending how aggressive you want to go. Like putting a stone on, like in terms of weight, in terms of muscle and stuff, that'll take like a year. Like if you want to build, like lose quality muscle, that'll take a good year. Okay, you want to like so increase your strength. You want to put like say 10k on your bench. That'll take months. Okay, like sort of size and strength is a much slower process than fat loss and fitness. Okay, so it's just sort of something basically you don't have to worry about, because you need, whatever your goal is, you need to be sort of lifting weights. Where you want to lose weight, lift weights. You need some sort of resistance training, obviously to give you some shape, give you, instead of you just don't shrink. Okay, to give you some tone and definition. Secondly, then to build that lean muscle, which obviously then elevates your metabolism, so you burn more calories all the time. Okay. And like it's just a more effective way. It's better to overload and like sort of keep the variety when it comes to like lifting weights, rather than sort of just always continuous running or spin or whatever. Okay, because you hit the plateau so much quicker with that. Okay, it's hard to progress that. Whereas weights, again, and weights doesn't just mean, like it's different ways you can lift weights. Okay, like that's not like, it's not just a case of, I have to do my curls or my shrugs but and then just my, like the guys do in the mirror. No, okay, like sort of lifting weights is just sort of as a method, okay, and they just do those exercises. So like if you're lifting weights, you can still squat, bench and row. You do those whether you're in a fat loss, whether you're trying to sort of get bigger, whether you're trying to improve your sort of your running time, whether you're trying to sort of like sort of really shave 10 minutes off your half marathon time. You want to be lifting weights. That's why footballers and athletes and every sort of thing do it now, okay? Well, all sports, because it's like they realize the transfer it gives, and it's not just from this. It's the lifting weights. It's how you lift them, okay? The rep ranges, the rest periods, the volume, the frequency, and then obviously the diet to back it up, okay? That influences the results, okay? If you want to get big, you have to sort of lift heavy, lots of rest, and then eat an absolute load, okay? Eat a load of good food. So again, because bulking is hard, okay? People think they're bulking, but like no, they're just bulking the stomach. Actual sort of bulking to gain size is a hard process. And this is things I just want to sort of like give you sort of perspective on, and just show you sort of, if you are thinking, I don't want to get too big, just really sort of clear up for you, because it's not going to happen like that, okay? It doesn't happen in an instant, and it you'll be able to stop yourself before it happens. And it's just, don't let that sort of avoid you lifting weights. You need to sort of be lifting them. Or just like people have to say, I don't want to get too big. Just like that's a bad thing anyway. Okay, just like it's not gonna happen. The people who do say who are too big, why they're different to you. That's their profession. They do that sort of. That is what they do. Like pretty much 100%. They're an athlete. They're paid to do that. Or they got all the time and dedication to focus on that. You work a job, 9 to 5, whatever. They normally they've been doing it for years, since they're in the mid-teens. You've been doing it a few weeks or a few months, okay? Everything they do is dialed in, okay? Their nutrition, their training, their supplements, their steroids, okay? Which is the next point. They're dialed in. You as sort of had one protein shake today, and that's it, and you think it's going to happen to you, okay? And then the sort of the other thing is, obviously, they're taking steroids or chemically enhanced or a lot more stuff. That's just going to sort of improve their recovery, improve the rate at which they can build muscle, and improve their strength and everything, and just their performance. It's not going to take away from it. They still have to put in work, and they're still the hardest workers in the room. Okay, so if you took those steroids away, they'd still be sort of probably better than you, and it'd still get the same the same outcomes basically. But it's just like, obviously what steroids allows is just sort of the results to be so much bigger, like the sort of to be like the lifts or the sort of the size to be so much bigger. But I still sort of have, it wouldn't take away the work ethic, and so the champion will still be the champion, because it's not a magic pill, okay? And what all you have to understand is, you don't, okay? So they so everything you see, like if you see people who are too big and like, look at people, they're too big, like realize, they're a professional, they've been doing it a lot longer, they're actually committed to what they do. You will probably just struggle to get 2-3 workouts in a week, and then they're chemically enhanced. So these are things you just need to understand, like how it's different to you. You are not going to get too big, okay? Like I proposed to last night that just said, I don't want to lift weights in case I get too big. It's like saying, I don't want to learn to drive in case I turn into Lewis Hamilton. It's just, don't be so foolish, don't be so naive, and don't be so disrespectful to that person who's sweated blood, sweat and tears for years to try and get that big, and you think you can just achieve it in a week. Don't happen like that, okay? So how cheeky is that, okay? It's just like saying, oh, if I pick up a guitar, I'll be able to sort of play like, I don't know, Aerosmith or something like that, or whatever, okay? No. Oh, if I just if I sing in the shower, I'd be like Ed Sheeran. No, it's just like, how can you be so disrespectful? How can you be so foolish and naive, okay? And that's the same principle, okay? Hope that helps, gents. Just give you that sort of thing. So make sure you get, like, obviously, if you can't lift weights now or when the gym's open, get lifting, okay? Lifting, whatever your goal is, okay? Have a great day. Smash it.